Yet another top AEW star is out indefinitely. An injured WWE star, however, is returning soon, and Ric Flair has hinted at his last match being a bloodbath. It's all in the wrestling news right now. I think Danhausen has genuinely cursed AEW.
Yes.
That's the only explanation for what's been going down lately. Tony Khan was on AEW Unrestricted and was asked about Kyle O'Reilly's status in the company. He was pretty banged up when he faced John Moxley to try and fight for the right to fight at Forbidden Door.
Yes.
And since June the 8th, we haven't seen him in ring. Tony Khan said there's a real-life legitimate injury. That's a real-life legitimate injury, and Kyle O'Reilly is out. Not sure how long, but it's a big loss. We were not expecting that. He's been on fire for the company lately, so it's a big deal to lose Kyle O'Reilly. So Kyle's down now.
Kyle is down now. He was talking obviously about on Twitter, after Sting hit him in the knackers. He hit him in the knackers with his bat, and he was like, I now have swollen testes. I feel like that might be a kayfabe. It sounds like that could very much be a kayfabe injury for what is actually, what could very well be wrong with Kyle O'Reilly. Absolutely agree with Tony. He's been on a tear. I think they've got a lot of stock behind Kyle O'Reilly.
Behold,
the Kyle of
Lord
Riley.
Kyle of Riley.
I think that they've got a lot of stock behind Kyle O'Reilly, and I think we're going to see some really good stuff from him in the future too. Like his singles matches that he's been having, the one that he had with John Moxley was I absolutely loved that match. I think it was a barn burner. This is a real shame, and it just seems to be adding to the pile of people that seem to be going out of action recently, which is a shame. But I think when Kyle comes back, he'll go on a tear again with our lad.
He absolutely will. I don't know what's going on in AEW. I think WWE as well is suffering similar bad juju.
When it rains, it pours, right?
It really does. And we talk about one that was injured earlier in the week. We talked about Rhea Ripley, who suffered a brain and teeth injury, according to Ripley on Instagram. We believe it's when she kneed herself in the face, taking a DDT. Rhea Ripley not expected to be out too long, according to Dave Meltzer of Wrestling Observer Radio, who says it's not expected to be a long-term absence either. She's expected to be back fairly soon. So Dave's sources telling him that Ripley shouldn't be away too long. I would have thought it's weird because I would have thought with a brain injury, you'd be cautious about that, but
definitely,
I don't know. So keep an eye on that. Hopefully not too long for Ripley, because as we said yesterday, she's been making some really good headway.
Absolutely.
Really
we can't wait for that match with Bianca Belair. We cannot wait for it.
It's going to be a lovely time had by all. Ric Flair's last match is coming up.
It is.
At the event, Ric Flair's last match, it's now moved to a bigger venue in order to add more bums on the seats. So that's nice for everybody. So match has already been announced for it. The Impact World title's being defended, isn't it?
It is, yeah. So we're going to get Josh Alexander defending the title against Jacob Fatu of MLW. So that's quite intriguing.
Yeah, intriguing.
What was that? Woo.
Josh Alexander is proving to be one of these guys that can just go in there and have a banger with anybody. Regardless of shape, size, orientation, promotion, whatever. He'll just do whatever. And I think him and Jacob Fatu could have some really interesting chemistry there. I mean, I would, please forgive me if they have already fought on the indies and it's a match that has passed to me by. I'm sure you will tell me. By the way, Dudes with Attitude was a faction that Sting led back in the day.
I was reading the comments, yes. Yeah,
I'm if only we knew how to do our job better, right? How do we not know every faction ever,
It's all good.
I'm just annoyed that I don't know every faction ever.
It's fine, Tom.
So forgive us if for that, and for the fact that we may have already seen Alexander and Jacob Fatu get amongst it on the indies. Also, the Motor City Machine Guns are facing the Wolves, Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards. Now, the thing is, so this suggests there's some Impact crossover with Ric Flair's last match. Didn't we see Davey Richards and Eddie Edwards on opposite teams at Slammiversary?
Yes, we did.
So this is either a little giveaway of some stuff that's planned for future Impact shows. Because bear in mind, this isn't happening till sort of late July.
Yeah.
Or they've just gone, we'll just put them together.
Is it just like a non-canon kind of
Could be
thing?
non-canon.
Where they just throw something together and then when we get to actually Impact again, things are just back to normal.
Do you reckon it's just like a little non-canon affair with the Wolves teaming up again? Quite possibly.
Yeah, I reckon so.
Just put my phone on silent. Apologies, I heard it go bida bing.
A bida bing.
Didn't mean for it to go bida bing.
A bida bing.
We'll get back to the wrestling news now. Yeah, it could just be. It could be a non-canon thing.
Yeah.
Ric Flair's last match is indeed canon. He held a press conference about it yesterday. There's two things that came from the press conference. Well, there's a couple of. There's more than two things.
There's a few things.
We still don't know who his opponent is.
Not yet.
And he's teasing like the sort of opponent that he wants, or opponents that he wants. I thought the good money was going to be a six-person tag.
Yeah, but then I think some people pulled out and whatnot, or didn't want to do it, which I think is absolutely. I think that's fair enough. So yeah, the challenger for Ric Flair has been up in the air slightly.
Very much so. I wonder if it'll end up being Jay Lethal, because we talked about it yesterday.
We did.
About how Ric Flair and Jay Lethal have apparently fallen out, and how that could potentially be.
That could play into something. Yeah.
Work.
Or he could just be like, "I'm sorry, I've exhausted all the other options. Jay, do you want to just fight me, please?
Can we just do that training match that we did?
Yeah,
that'd be lovely." So he also hinted that he'd be bleeding in his final match.
Oh dear,
quite aggressively. He said, "I think people, especially in the South, like wrestling. So we're gonna wrestle," and he says it with that inflection.
He does.
And I'm talking about in the old days when guys would take a chisel, cut off the end of a chisel, and put it in a metal plate and put it in their fingers, and that was a hard weight. Boom, chisel right in the head. Not a blade, chisel. So I can't guarantee you a chisel though, but I'll have something with me. Ric Flair's gonna lead a bloodbath for his final match, isn't he?
It sounds like it's going to be very much that way. Now we all know the visuals, don't we, of Ric Flair there with his just jet white hair and just blood absolutely streaming down his face, all up in his hair. So I assume that's going to be the visual on this night.
Oh yeah,
too.
he's gonna make sure the hair is as peroxide white as possible.
Yes, yeah.
Just so the extra claret can just be showcased. What other comment came up regarding concerns for Ric Flair's health in wrestling his final match? And Flair said the only concerns health-wise in training and getting back in the ring were his inner ear issues, which would make it difficult, like standing up, staying upright. Yeah. The blood thinners that he takes, and his pacemaker. He's all right. He's thought about this.
Tell him, Tom.
He said he won't take a blood thinner on the day of his match. And with regards to his pacemaker, you could just plug it back in.
I'd just take it out for a bit, eh?
Just plug it back in. Oh no, my heart stopped!
I'm genuinely very scared for this, man.
There it goes.
I am frightened. I'm really frightened for it. I mean, props to Ric Flair. He's it sounds like he's going to put everything into this last match.
Yeah. Okay. Top marks, as Andrew said.
Yeah.
Top marks to Flair, who is going to go out swinging in his final match. So I get that, and there's been a lot of stuff made, a lot of comments made online about the pacemaker comment in particular. Oh no, Ric Flair's on the mat, turn him off and on again, that sort of thing. There's been a lot of comments made like that, but there is something to be said. Like Ric Flair just wants, and even in the press conference, Ric Flair says, there's two ways that I want to go. Normally, or in the ring. So I mean, he's going for it in his last match.
He is.
But he's asked people not to watch it if they think they're going to see something bad happen.
Okay.
He's adamant. He's confident nothing bad will happen.
Well, we'll see what. I'm not saying anything. We'll see what happens.
Just plug it back in.
Yes, just plug them back in.
We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. We are live on Sunday nights for live reactions to Forbidden Door. And you can check out our predictions for Forbidden Door on the channel right now. And then we'll have what happened at and the WTF moments from Forbidden Door on Monday. Ooh. And more wrestling news throughout the day at Cultaholic. I don't know what that was.
That was good.
Cultaholic.com. Keys.
Love you, bye.
Just plug it back in.